Today on the channel, it's Todd time with DC Multiverse, Scarecrow, and General Zod.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another DC Multiverse McFarlane Toys unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got two legendary peg warmers. Yes, peg warmers, Todd. Some of your worst selling figures of all time right here in this review today with Scarecrow and General Zod. But for all your General Zod and Scarecrow needs, make sure you hit up Entertainment Earth. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10% on all in-stock items. Anything over $79 does ship free, and that's where we got to get a deal, and that's exactly what I did. Is I did need the brand new Super 7 Ultimate White Ranger from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, of course. $55. Well, that doesn't quite get me to that free shipping. So you know what I did? I picked up these two bad boys right here for like $6 and change for each one. I also picked up a couple other little small items, and guess what? That got me to the $79. So pro tip out there, go to the outlet deals section at Entertainment Earth. If you're just shy on shipping, you might be able to find a $3, $4 figure that gets you over the edge and saves you $20 in shipping. Pro tip out there at Entertainment Earth. But of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And without further ado, we're going to start with General Zod, one of the greatest generals of all time, I am fairly certain here. And General Zod, when I think of General Zod, this is not what I think of. I go back to the Superman movie, of course, back, was it 78, I guess, before I was even alive. But as a little kid, it was on TV all the time. That is my Superman. When I think of Superman, I think back to those early Superman movies. Early, you know what I mean, 70s and 80s movies. That's what I think of. And I think of that General Zod, not necessarily this General Zod. And of course, General Zod's been in other movies, been in animation, been in the comic books. He's a guy that gets around, but when I think of him, I go back to the old movie there. Was the guy's name Terence Stamp, and I'll never forget. Old TS is what I call him. And we're good friends. It's a TS. I'll never forget. I saw him one day. I was out traveling. I was in Chicago. I was at a work meeting, and I went to the Renaissance Hotel, one of the finest hotels ever. Really recommend their salmon. I'm a huge salmon guy, and I love it. It's one of my favorite salmons. Is from the Renaissance. And I'm down there at the bar eating on a work dinner. You know, I'm all by myself, just sitting there eating. You know, the hotel's next to my office stuff. Sitting at the bar, eating away on my salmon. They had some of those, like, candied carrots. Oh, absolutely. Game changer. I recommend those, too. And I'm sitting there, you know, just hanging out. And all of a sudden, there's this English guy next to me. I'm like, what the heck's this English guy doing here? I'm in Chicago for a meeting. I'm like, yeah, he's probably a world traveler or something like that. And then I just started, you hear him talking, you know, he's on his cell phone a little bit, and then he's just kind of by himself like I am. I'm like, hey, buddy, what's going on? And he just immediately said, you know, I was General Zod in the Superman movies. And I was like, what? General Zod? And I didn't know the guy's name, Terence Stamp. Very hard name, very character actor that you just don't remember. I really don't remember him from anything but the Superman movies, but apparently he was in like the Phantom Menace and a few other things. That's what he told me, so I took his word for it there. And he was very proud of his acting work, especially some of his theater work. And I just had to tell him, man, I'm not even from Chicago, let alone the English theater. But I'll take your word for it. But I loved you as General Zod. And I didn't really know if it was really him or not, but I assume it was. Why would he lie? But we went on our merry way. I had my salmon. He had some, like, cornbread and mash or something. I don't even know what it was. Some fancy thing he was eating there. But salt of the earth, really, at the end of the day. Very proud of his stuff, as he should be. You should be proud of your accomplishments, especially if you're sitting next to a guy at a bar in a Renaissance hotel. So the more you know, folks, the more you know. But General Zod coming in hot today. Not my General Zod, but a General Zod nonetheless here. Looking good, and like I said, peg warmer of the century here from Todd. Yes, Todd, you loved that Terrence story, didn't you? He really loved it. He's a big fan of my stories, so that's why he's on the couch so much. He loves these things, just like I love your toes, Todd. So shout out to Todd McFarlane on the couch once again. Looking good, DC Multiverse General Zod, 22 points articulation, nothing fun there, nothing fun. From the old DC Rebirth. Oh, it's never fun to be rebirthed, that's for sure. But sometimes you got to start over. You just got to start over, that's just the way it goes. Hence the rebirth. But we're getting down to it here. See you later. Goodbye. All right, a little, can I get this out? Non-rookie style. Oh, true professional. See you later. Up and over, down and around. There it goes. See you later once again. DC Stan, seen him before. We'll see him again. Maybe later in this review, maybe. But we do got the General Zod DC Rebirth. Real name, Drew Zod. Oh, okay, Drew. Once considered a military hero of the planet Krypton, General Drew Zod decided he would rather rule his world than serve it. He launched a failed coup, after which he was exiled to the prison dimension known as the Phantom Zone, one of the worst zones. You don't want to go to the Phantom Zone. Soon after, Krypton exploded and the years flew by, but General Zod remained safe in the Phantom Zone without aging. Over the years, he's escaped time and time again, used his Kryptonian powers to threaten Earth, all while declaring that his enemy Superman will die or kneel before Zod. And that's the way it goes. That's the way the old cookie crumbles from time to time. Here he is, old Zod, doing Zod things right there. Or as I call him now, from now on, just Drew. He's just going to be Drew to me. Only one twist tie, Todd. Ah, interesting. He knew this wasn't going to sell so well, so he tried to cut costs the best he could, I think. When we get him out of the package, possibly, maybe. There we go. And hands, I'll let the hands have it for the old Zod, man. Old Zod coming in hot with the extra hands. How about that? And there it is. See you later, Todd. Oh my gosh, knocking Scarecrows over. Todd's laughing. He said, that's what I get for trying to throw it at him. Yeah, you'll get yours, Todd. You'll get yours one of these days here. But he does got the open, maniacal hands going on right out of the package, and then he's got a gripping hand. Then we also have the opposite gripping hand, the opposite maniacal hand. And then we got two glove fists of fury right here. So General Zod ready to take Superman by storm by any means necessary with his hands. No weapons, nothing else going on here. But now we dive into old General Zod, and I guess we start with the face on this one. Now, this is a little bit older, and as I have said on the channel numerous times, what the heck just fell? His hand just fell off. What are we doing, Todd? Hand just fell off, didn't even touch it yet. That's a bad precedent for the start of this unboxing. This is a true off-the-rails unboxing, if there ever was one right here. But back at this here. Now, this is an older McFarlane toy. This isn't anytime new. This is probably 2 years old, at least at this point. And McFarlane toy is working out a lot of kinks around that time. I was pretty down on McFarlane. Yes, I was. I gave him a hard time all the time. However, 2023, Todd and the crew, and the boys, Todd, they stepped it up. They stepped their game up. A lot better quality, a lot better character selection, a lot of improvements. And as we say on the channel, constant learning, constant improvement. We had that with General Zod, or we had that with McFarlane toys. But General Zod, he's part of that old regime of hot garbage, is what he looks like here. And you see that most notably in the face. Very caked on. Obviously, it's not a real person, but it looks very, very toy-like, which you want him to look like next level statues almost, is what we get from McFarlane a lot of times now. But this one, pretty rough right here. He does got a big bushy beard, black hair. He does kind of look like Superman. I guess they're from the home planet. So, you know what they say, all Kryptonians, they all look alike. Yeah, they say it. I've heard it before. I think it's a very racist term, but yeah, that's what they say. But going here, the skin tone very, very pale. And then he looks like a knight in shining armor of some kind. It just looks almost like he walked out of the Knights of the Round Table. He's got all this armor, forearm armor, shoulder armor. Got a big old cape. It's cape season somewhere all the time. We know that. And then he's got kind of his protective black suit underneath all the armor going on. And then he's got almost robotic legs down here. But he's got the big steel boots and the steel shin guards, big old knee pads with gold and silver. Black, silver, gold, and red. That's pretty much the colors on this one. But pretty plain Jane. I mean, there's a lot going on here, but it's a plain Jane character if there ever was one. And I really want to get the General Zod from the Superman movies. I hope that somewhere down the line we can get a 3-pack of those evil Kryptonians. Oh, some of the baddest dudes of all time. That'd be a cool set. Hopefully one day. We'll see. But his arms do go all the way around. Shoulder pad goes with him. Bicep cut. Double jointed knees. Knees? How about elbows? Sure, why not? Hands back and forth, side to side. Head back and forth, side to side. Waist articulation and hula hoop. The double right there. Those big old General Zod splits working the pommel horse like you wouldn't believe. Leg goes up. Double jointed knees. Ankles up and down, back and forth, side to side. Usual McFarlane Toys articulation there. Do assume he will fit on this stand. It was made for him after all. And I forgot the toe articulation, Todd. Yeah, I know I did. There it is, the old toe articulation. General Zod doing General Zod things. But for $6, I always feel good about a McFarlane figure. But $20, man, get out of here. I ain't paying $20 for something like this. It's good for what it is. For $6, it's way better. I'll say that. So there you go. Now we turn our attention over to a Scarecrow. Oh, we're going to keep those birds away. But Scarecrow looking like he walked out of Japan or something with that hat. Or maybe he went to the same store that Raiden buys his hats at for Mortal Kombat. Not exactly sure, but he definitely looks interesting. DC Multiverse Scarecrow. Not my Scarecrow once again. Looking good in the green color, looking very different than our usual. From Infinite Frontier, a frontier I never went to, apparently. Scarecrow on the side, 22 points articulation. Little action figure, I guess not even action figure, just art. Black and white art back here, and it doesn't really even necessarily look like this Scarecrow back there, which is very strange. You put a different version of Scarecrow on the back of the package. I don't know, another all-timer of a peg warmer is this Scarecrow. See you later, goodbye. Can I get this out un-rookie style? Oh, half rookie. We're a half rookie. Bam, see you later, goodbye. And can I get this out? See you later, goodbye. See you later, goodbye, right off the screen. DC Stan, seen him before. We'll see him again, as we always say. But let's read about this Scarecrow. What's he up to here? What's this Scarecrow doing? Jonathan Crane, of course. As a young child, Jonathan Crane was subjected to sick and twisted experiments on fear conducted by his own father. Emotionally scarred and mentally unstable from the ordeal, Crane spent his childhood living in fear until he made an important realization. If he could control fear, it would never again control him. Over time, this interest in fear became an obsession. Graduating from college with a doctorate in psychology and specialty in phobias, Jonathan began experimenting on others, subjecting them to a hallucinogenic fear toxin he developed, what brought out their worst nightmares. So his dad doing emotionally damaging tests on him as a little kid. My dad's currently doing that to me by not being on the channel. It's hard times without my dad for these Universal Monster reviews, but we carry on like a wayward son, like a young Kansas. There it is, Scarecrow, looking only like a Scarecrow could look. Time to cut him out, and once again, oh no, I was going to say we only got one twist tie again, but it looks like we got two. Oh, maybe we're going to buckle some shoes. We got 3 right there. Oh, and then let's just totally blow this out of the water. 4 and 5 down low. So plenty of twist ties. Back in the saddle again like a young Aerosmith for old Todd McFarlane. See you later. Goodbye. Twist ties all over. I'm saving all my McFarlane twist ties, as many longtime viewers know. Saving them. I'm going to put them all in a pool, and I'm going to swim through them like Scrooge McDuck later this year. It's going to be an all-timer of a video. Stay tuned for that. But now we got the old Scarecrow out of the package, and I don't know what the heck is going on here. I just know it's very strange, and never in a million years would I guess this is the Scarecrow character. Now, once again, I don't know about these Infinite Frontiers and what that's all about, but this isn't the Scarecrow I think of with Scarecrow, and I think that's a lot of people. That's why this was such a peg warmer, and that's why I got it for $5 on Entertainment Earth. But he's got the big old hat up top here like he walked out of a Viet Cong jungle or something. I don't know what he's got going on with that thing. Looking strange. He's got a gas mask on. It almost looks like an anteater down there, but he's got the mask. Got the 2 big eyelids or mask holes. I don't know what you call them in orange. Black, crazy long hair going on, and then he's got a big shawl over the top, I guess, in green, and it's got like sticks kind of coming out of it. I don't know what's going on with that. We got hosing into the arm, up into through the head. We got the red kind of skirt going on underneath. Everything's torn and tattered. He's got these hands here, and I don't know if these hands are supposed to be like Freddy Krueger gloves or if they're all like needles on the end, like he's going to stab you and shoot some venom and stuff in you, some of that hallucination drugs or something. Looking very, very crazy there. Got the big open hands. Just a very strange figure, really is. It's really, really strange. I mean, it's just not my Scarecrow. I think of a guy with like a potato sack over his head, and that's what I think of. But very interesting. Now, articulation can be very similar to General Zod here. Very skinny figure. No muscle on Scarecrow. He's skipping the gym. He's hanging out in the science lab is what he's doing. But boy, this just is not my Scarecrow. Really, at the end of the day, I don't even know what to do with this. He's hard to pose, hard to move around because of all of his kind of wires and things and his little arms and hands. Just a very, very strange figure. And I think they re-released this as a glow-in-the-dark one, which might be a little bit cooler because it's such a wild look to him. Might be a little cooler glow-in-the-dark. I don't know. You guys can tell me on that as well. But he does fit on a McFarlane stand, which is always a good day at the office. So we do got that going on. But I don't know, probably one of my least favorite McFarlane figures. Yeah, you heard it here first, Todd. One of my least favorite figures. And General Zod, not too far behind. So really, Peg Warmer Hall of Fame here today. Cheap figures to get free shipping is what this one was all about. And that's a pro tip, as I explained at the top of this video. Just a wild ride was this video, I think. Once again, at the end of the day. So General Zod, Scarecrow, What do you guys think, though? You here for these two? You pick up either of these? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Do you enjoy a good salmon from the Renaissance Hotel? Let me know that as well in the comments. And of course, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bells. We got videos every single day. And of course, Patreon members, you get early access to both YouTube channel videos, bonus content, giveaways, Q&As, all kinds of stuff. And best of all, you do support the channel. You can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. And don't forget social media. SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, and on Instagram. So for General Zod and Scarecrow 2, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.